Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. Future relationships, lies, red flags, triggers, how to deal. I don't know if I'm venting here or looking for advice. A lot of us are bringing our fears and triggers into future relationships, unfortunately. I have actually grown a lot from this experience. Know a lot more about infidelity and manipulation than I thought possible. In some ways, I feel I will be more confident going into a new relationship. I know better the work it takes to maintain a relationship, know what I want and my boundaries are and how to enforce them, the signs of lying and cheating. I feel my eyes will be more open next time. But here is what I am hung up on. My ex lied about a lot of things from the beginning. That is a huge red flag for me now and a huge boundary I have. We had casually dated and then became friends for a couple of years before becoming serious. 1 year of being serious and 6 months into him moving in is when I discovered the first lies. They were from the beginning of our relationship and stupid things that if I mentioned here everyone would say, why would he lie about that? I didn't bring it up with him because they were stupid lies that didn't matter, but it was something that hung over me and broke trust for our relationship. I realize now I should have. I just didn't think his lies would be so big to lead to cheating and manipulation on this level. There were more serious lies later, which I was more upset about the lie than what he lied about. Now that this has happened, I see so many lies to other people. The most recent one is he was chatting with a girl I know, that he doesn't know I talk to. And cheating came up, started by him. He was talking about the last one, me, cheated on him and didn't take care of the relationship and blames him. WTF? This isn't related to the topic of this post. But my mind is blown by that one. Back to my point. The fact that someone can lie like that and I may not find out until it's too late worries me. What happens if that repeats? I move in with someone, buy a house together, start a new life and I find out everything was a lie. It's going to be hanging over my head in any new relationship. I'm going to question everything. Everything. And that is going to get in the way of getting close and intimate. How will I handle it if I discover even small lies again that far into a relationship? And seeing the red flags that there may be lies in the earlier stages, some are very sneaky. I'll be laying my cards out and establishing that boundary early on in future relationships. I'll be disappointed if I waste more time, but I can handle that. I just know this will be hanging over my head and it sucks. Here are some of the best comments from our community. So my question for you op is, why did your ex lie? Why did he have to protect from _? Why would get feel like this is okay? Was this learned or a reaction to pain? Maybe this won't work with your ex but your next relationship. Try to understand where the lies are coming from because sometimes or often they come from pain. An abusive ex, abusive parents, personal trauma. It's not an excuse for the lies but it can help you understand why they lied and maybe help you and your partner work towards healing and better trust and better relationship. I have the same fears but I guess for me I don't want to take anything away from my life experience because of the actions of other people. I just accept that I'm gonna be who I am and I'm gonna trust people that I deem worthy of my trust and if they mess that up I'm gonna trust that I will never give up and I will choose myself enough to leave, even if there's a house and a car and a baby and all that. I am committed to choosing myself and life always goes on. I can't base my life views and feelings based on other people's actions as hard as it is not to. I just have to logistically remember that I control my life and how I feel and I'm not responsible for others and building my emotionally maturity helps. Also trying to stay in the moment and have fun is helpful but I feel I have the same fears, but we'll overcome it. Another cheating story. With a twist. My so and I almost divorced several years ago. He was drinking too much, and we weren't connecting enough. We did counseling, he quit drinking, for a year. We improved to where we were doing pretty well, despite the gradual return of drinking. I agreed to try hot wifing/cuckolding, something he had mentioned for years. It was interesting, and it had some positive effects on our relationship, but there were always more desires on his end, wanting more involvement, taking things further. Drinking increased, connection decreased. Intimacy became almost exclusively tied to sex with others. If I wasn't having it, I was hearing about it in bed with him. I developed feelings for someone that I was allowed to have sex with. Things were tense at home, and I started hiding things from my husband. I distanced myself from the BF in order to self-evaluate. I took some time and decided that I was not happy in my marriage. I did not tell my husband about the BF, and I started seeing BF again after telling my husband I wanted a divorce. After I filed for divorce, my husband found out about my indiscretions. He was furious, understandably. I was genuinely afraid, not for my safety, but that he was going to publicly destroy me or the boyfriend, or that he would harm the boyfriend. I broke my husband. I was devastated. It took me a few weeks, but I cut off contact with the BF. This was just over 6 months ago. I wanted to restore my relationship to at least functional with my husband, either to reconcile as husband/wife, or at least so that we could be civil and co-parent. He moved out, but we've been dating and spending a lot of time together as a family, 2 kids. We have come a long ways in 6 months, but I feel like we've stalled out. I know I was in the wrong. I regret my choices, and I hate that I hurt the man I married. I am facing 3 main issues right now with our attempts at reconciliation. Infidelity is his focus, and for me, it was more a symptom of a failing marriage than the reason the marriage was failing. He thinks if we can get through the infidelity issue, we'll be okay. But that doesn't solve the other issues that got our marriage into rough shape in the first place. Sex, we are not on the same page. He is definitely more adventurous than I am. He wants dirty texts, sexy pics, toys, roleplay, porn. He is still interested in me sleeping with other men, and I have told him repeatedly that I do not want to go back down that road. After having had great sex with a couple of other men, my transcript was very short prior to marriage, I now find sex with my husband to be okay. It's not that I'm unwilling to try some of his ideas, it's just that they really don't do anything for me. I have not come close to having an orgasm in the past 6 months, and as such, I'm not super excited about sex. Anger, he has said some pretty terrible things to me in regard to the affair. And I've let him. I know that he has anger that he needs to process. But after 6 months, it started becoming very damaging to any potential of reconciliation. I've told him it needs to stop if he wants me to be part of his future. He's done a pretty good job recently, but any time he sees BF's car or workplace or hears/sees/thinks of any possible reference to him, he gets angry. I don't know if this will ever subside. I don't know if it's fair of me to ask him to move past it, but I know we can't have a future if my mistake continues to be thrown in my face every week. I'm becoming numb to the ups and downs. I hate that I've made my mistake into our biggest issue. I'm afraid that even if we can get past this, we'll end up right back where we started. I don't talk to many friends about this, because our alternative sex arrangement was private, and it's a pretty big piece of our current situation. Keep trying? Or face the reality I had once accepted and move forward with the divorce? Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.